progress. The Last
Progress.
Starfighter. The Last Starfighter is a
In
1984
progress.
space opera film directed by Nick Castle. The film tells the story of Alex Rogan, played by Lance Guest, a teenager recruited by an alien defense force to fight in an interstellar war. It also features Robert Preston, Dan O'Hurley, Catherine Mary Stewart, Norman Snow, and K.E. Cooter. That's a good name. Last Starfighter. Oh, I chose this one.
You did.
What a good choice. I'm fantastic. The Last Starfighter. I love this film. I grew up with this film. I loved this film as a kid. This was one of the films I had on VHS and I just watched over and over again. And
What's
there
the
was
VHS
a little bit
again?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a recording device from the 1770s. And there was a little worry in me that I haven't seen this in a long time. Is it going to hold up? Fantastic. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Sat there with a glass of wine going, oh, cool. Yeah. Loved it.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Look, it's one. I was the same, mate. Like I grew up with this. We had it on. I don't think we had like the actual VHS. I think we had it taped off, channel 2. You remember when videos you could actually record television with a, physical, I don't know, tape. And yeah, so we used to watch that. But on the rewatch, I was surprised to not find this on a streaming service, but on YouTube in full. And that's normally not a good sign for a film.
It is on YouTube. 80s. You can watch the whole movie.
Yeah, HD, baby.
Was it? I didn't watch it on the YouTube.
It was quality. I chucked it up on the big screen and it was just minty. It has the vibe of all the other classic 80s movies that you love. It's... I don't know, like Back to the Future and Gremlins and Goonies, and it just kind of it feels 80s in a good way, It's
an 80s film from the 80s that feels like an 80s
feels
film.
80s. There's a boy and there's a girl and they like each other and there's an adventure for the white boy and he succeeds in the end and gets the girl and big happy ending. Yeah. Simple. The way it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good.
I liked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. The end.
Yeah. There's a lot of quality heritage in this film. The guy that directed it was one of the actors that played Michael Myers in the Halloween movies.
Oh, there you go.
He was a friend of John Carpenter. He was also one of the co-writer of Escape from New York.
Good film.
He went on to make a lot of good films. He made The Boy Who Could Fly, if you remember that.
Never heard of it.
Oh, loved that film when I was a kid. Didn't realize he made that as well. Lance Guest starred in the sequel, I think, to Halloween. He was recommended to the director by John Carpenter. The guy that did the models and some of the special effects design was the guy that worked on Star Wars and films like that. Aliens. The bounty hunter that comes to Earth to kill Beta, the clone. That alien, that was the original design for the alien in Alien that was turned down and he just reused it in this project.
Right, it looked like Admiral Akbar.
It looked a little... It's a bit like the worm that comes out of the chest.
Oh, yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Hello, my good time girl. Yep.
Fucking deep cut there, yeah.
Wonderful. The guy that plays the big black cock that
Oh, yeah, it's just
co-pilots the plane.
had a turtle shell on his head. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
It was a big black cock.
Mm.
That was the guy that also played the old man in RoboCop.
Old man and RoboCop. I don't
Yeah,
remember
the
an old
boss
man
of
in RoboCop.
CEO,
Ah,
OCP.
haven't quite got his face yet, but yeah, all right. Okay, interesting. Hmm.
You're fired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Wonderful.
Yeah,
Loved it.
this one, look, the whole premise of this film, for those that are listening to this without having actually seen it, real basic setup. It's a fucking trailer park in God knows where, the US. And in this trailer park is a video game, an arcade cabinet, for those of you that are old enough to understand what that is. And a kid whose mum seems to run the trailer park. I don't know. He's the fix-it guy. He's on this arcade all the time playing Spaceys, right? It's called The Last Starfighter.
I thought she was a waitress. She was wearing a
Yeah,
waitress
but I don't
uniform.
understand why he's fixing everything. Who the fuck runs that trailer park? You know? Like, odd. Anyway, he plays this video game so well, beats it, clocks it, as we used to say back in the day, and then he's passed the test and he's been recruited by the Federation. I can't remember what they call themselves, to go and save the galaxy. Right?
Centauri. Yeah.
Centauri. Well, no, Centauri's the guy that.
Well, he made the
He's
video
robot.
game
Made the game. Yeah, that's right. The video game. Yeah.
and then sold the white boy into
That's it. Yeah,
slavery in the army.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's the basics of it, right? Yeah, and 80s film, they keep it pretty simple. And you relate to the guy. But how do you relate? Growing up in New Zealand, do we have trailer parks? Not really. We have like holiday camps that occasionally people stay in for longer than usual, but we have our slums. But our poor people generally either have houses or sleep under bridges, right? Trailer parks.
Trailer parks tend to be retirees do tend to get the RVs that they can
Well, no, but that's not.
they
a
move
trailer
around
park.
the country and then they park in RV parks.
Yeah, but that's you actually use the trailer or the RV or the motorhome to go places. Trailer parks in the US, you fucking bolt that caravan to the ground and that's your permanent residence. It does not go anywhere.
Yeah. We have transportable homes, which houses designed to be lifted around on trucks. And if you live in one of those, you're generally a solo mother. Well, life hasn't turned out that well.
Oh, right. Okay. There's a harsh cut for the solo mums of the world. But that's all right. You're a self-professed feminist, as you've said many times.
It's the same feminist point of view. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yes, we're supposed to relate to this kid who's poor who becomes champion of the galaxy. And we do, because it's done, again, with 80s panache. It's you meet the guy, you get his backstory, you meet everybody, they go on an adventure, and that's it. There's no giant cast. You don't need to know too many people. Even the bad guy aliens aren't really that well established, are they? Just kind of generic. Brown guys in red suits.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of very quickly said, oh, look, there's a war going on, and these are the bad guys. You don't really know why the bad guys, they do attack the base and shoot meteors at it, blow it up. You do just sort of, there is a bit of an assumption for a while, but you just got to go along with it. They're the bad guys and they're the good guys.
Here's, welcome, Starfighter. Here's all the other starfighters that you're joining, and there's 20 guys there that have been selected to save the galaxy. And then within 7 minutes, they're all dead, and he's the last one. You are the last starfighter. Hey, I said the title of the film.
It is like the whole base gets blown up and they come back and go, oh, by the way,
Oh,
there's one left and it's the
There's
super
one ship.
prototype.
Yeah.
And Big Black Penis, he didn't get killed. And then at the end of the movie, you're like, well, the boss man didn't get killed either. The big boss, he turns
Oh,
up
yeah.
and
They were
it's
setting up for a sequel, surely.
really convenient. Yeah, they were thinking that this would do quite well back in the day.
Oh,
It was a modest hit.
wow. I think it's a cult classic that nobody really remembers these days. I think if you think differently, fucking write in the comments. Brad, you're a cunt or something.
They do that anyway. I mean, it's going to be a mixed message. We're not going to quite know if they're just calling you a cunt or whether they agree with you.
Okay,
saying that
Brad,
you need to be called a cunt, or
you're a big, filthy starfighting cunt. Say that, because that's unique. Well, the starfighting part is. If you think this movie was huge, I think it was small time and not many people know about it.
That's slightly inaccurate because you did actually in the 80s, you actually clocked the Starfighter game yourself, and the aliens came down and said, you need to come and participate in the war or we're going to lose. And you said, nah, fuck that, I can't be bothered. And we did lose that intergalactic war.
Yeah.
And the aliens are coming to kill us within the next 7 years.
I know.
That is all your fault.
Yeah, but
we can't really get around that.
It's 7 Xenu years, so that's about, I think it's 3 millennia. So I'm going to be dead. My kids are going to be dead. And I figured just, fuck it. Why be a fighter when you can be a lover, baby? And I just stayed here on Earth.
Yeah, and fathered 400 children.
Yeah.
Which, and collecting quite a hefty welfare check as well. So you've done quite well out of this, really. I've spoken too soon.
Sex veteran, this guy.
Yeah. Not that.
Could have been
the best looking woman. Not all the best looking.
Doesn't matter.
There's a couple good looking lady. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's about numbers, not quality.
It's not about being the last starfighter. It's about being the first cum shooter.
You've made your choices and you're fine with them. So you're living your best life.
You make choices as you come to the fork in the road. Don't think about it too long. Just
actually, just got a text from Centauri, the real one, and he said 3 millennia in space time works out about we're going to be invaded in about 3.5 weeks, actually.
Oh, good. Wow. Well, actually, he might have got the timing wrong, and they did arrive, but they were, as they passed through our atmosphere, they were miniaturized, and they became COVID-19.
I think you're making things up now.
I wanted to get.
You've got 3 weeks, people, and you just make the best of it. You heard it here first on Pointless and Confused. YouTube may censor this, but get the word out. If you're hearing this, you are the resistance, but we are fucked because the aliens are really powerful.
So fuck a lot of chicks.
Yeah. No babies will come to term, so you might as well just get it on now. You're never going to get another chance. Let's face it. We're going to be enslaved.
They'll be put into the great slave race of humanity. But
if you're among the lucky 80%, you're going to get incinerated. But the 20% that survive are going to be sex slaves for giant slugs. So depends what you're into, really. I mean,
if you like giant slugs.
Yeah, I'm not making assumptions, but I'm just...
They were slugs, weren't they? That one guy had his helmet knocked off near the end there, and he had little, like, snail eyes, didn't he?
Did you notice that the bad guys, the pilots, had big brown buttholes for mouths?
No, I didn't notice that.
They did, yeah.
Oh, great. I liked how that guy, the one bad guy's little eye thing, the little really obviously plastic clip over its eye went every time it moved, made a sweet robotic noise.
And then that one time, it would always slap shadow over his eye to make him more menacing. And then that one time it flips open, and he says, and then it flips closed again when he has to say another menacing line. So that was quite good.
Let's talk about at the time this was released, which was insert year
1984.
No, it wasn't 84, was it?
Yeah, according to Wikipedia. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I thought it was way later because it was the first, well, not the first use of, but one of the earliest uses of full CGI, right, for the spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, watching it with modern eyes, I thought it was pretty fucking good.
It's the same people.
Worse. Go on.
It's the same people that did the Tron original film.
Ah,
they were brought on because they were the ones who knew how to do that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's not 100% amazing. It looks computer graphic-y, but I think it fits in a lot better than heaps of the modern shit, you know? Like, see dinosaurs in some certain movies don't work and sharks don't work. But this, and maybe it was the way they filmed it. It was only like certain dark scenes and it was all full CGI. So it didn't really knock me out of it too much.
I just enjoyed it. Didn't really, I thought it was cool looking. You notice it. I mean, you notice it. But it looks cool for some reason.
Would they have been better to do Star Wars style miniatures? I think that might have looked better. Was it not in the budget, or were they just trying to break?
Yeah, apparently it was half the price on models and practical stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
because Star Wars stands up, right? These days, you look at that miniature work. The Millennium Falcon looks fucking badass. No matter how big you blow that shit up, looks amazing, right? Because it was legit a model that looked amazing. Whereas the computer stuff, it's always going to get better and better. Like I remember at the time watching Gollum in Lord of the Rings, the second one, going, fuck, they're never getting any better than this. That's as realistic as they're ever going to get it. And then they did lots better. But then they did Henry Cavill's moustache as well. And that was...
Yeah, that wasn't the best.
No.
I have to say the best thing...
my dreams.
The best thing about like the new trilogy of Star Wars films is the spaceships and stuff. All that stuff looked fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, there's some, but they did the what was the last one called? Forgotten already. The last Disney one.
Last Skywalker.
Rise of Mary Sue.
Skywalker. Yeah. Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Visually, same thing. Like awesome, like space battles and ships and fucking even Sidious looks great, but there was just no content to go with it. It's just a steaming pile of dog shit.
I mean, the horses running along the side of a starship, you're like, it looks good, but then you're like, tip the ship left.
Not only does it look good, but it still makes you go, who the fuck okayed this at the studio? Space
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Did you see the recent at the Indiana Jones premiere, Spielberg standing on stage with 4 other people, and he individually names each of them as an integral part of the Indiana Jones creation. And then there's one person he hasn't mentioned, and it's Kathleen Kennedy. And he's like, and there's one person that really bonds all these films together and makes it happen. And then he introduces John Williams. He never mentions her at all. And she's standing on stage like a stupid fuckwit. That's worth YouTubing, even if you listen to this 5 years from now.
I saw a photo tonight of a smiling Harrison Ford with his arm around George Lucas at one of the premieres of Indiana Jones Style of Destiny, and George Lucas looks sad, just like, I've been fucked again.
No, I think it's going to be great. I'm saying this, what are we, 2 weeks out from the premiere? I'm still think it's going to be amazing. Still think it's going to be amazing. Fuck the reviews. It's going to be brilliant. We're not here to talk about indie. That's a
Yeah.
future episode. We're here talking about the forgotten 80s. Is it a classic? Cult classic.
I enjoyed it.
Last Starfighter.
I loved every minute of it. It's
Do you think
wonderful.
if they remade it, which Hollywooders want to do, I think
They keep trying.
like, if Weta Studios or something made it as a trilogy, lots of world building, sweet aliens, I think it could work.
Apparently, all the rights are caught up.
Oh,
There was 2 studios that co-made the film, and the writer, and apparently each of them think they have the rights to remakes and sequels and things, and they've been in a gridlock for quite a long time.
right. Just let it die. I know.
Apparently, the writer wants to make a show out of it.
Oh, a TV show. Yeah, it could work.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. But it'd be made by Netflix, and it'd be cancelled halfway through the first season. That's how they roll. I do know that they made, so when this film came out, or in the lead up to the film coming out, the intention was to make a toy line, like Star Wars, like that's where the money is, in the merch. And they got as far as making 3 prototype figures, and they're 3.75 inch, like same as the Star Wars figures. And they made Alex, and I think it's Big Black Cock.
Big Black Cock, all right.
Yeah,
Of course they did.
of course. I forget.
Only
who the third one was.
3.75 inches, though. That sounds like a mistake.
So it's a small, Big Black Cock. Yeah. Small, Big Black Cock.
And if they made a 9-inch, that would sell.
Well, it's not to scale. It's not to scale.
Well, if it was.
I think they drew up plans for the ship. Your little guys could fit in the ship. You could put your little Big Black Cock, in the cockpit of the ship.
That's where it belongs.
Is where it belongs. Deep in the back seat of the cockpit. Let's not forget. He was only there for navigation, not firing things off.
Navigated the cockpit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Deep within the cockpit.
And then Lance,
but they
he
never made them.
was in charge of shooting the load.
No, he wasn't. That was all Alex. White man in charge.
Yeah, but his name is Lance in real life.
Lance Guest. Yes.
He was a guest.
He was a guest
Lance in the cockpit shooting his loads. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the film Night of the Comet? The chick from this is in that as well.
Yeah.
That might be a future episode. Apparently, I know of it, and I saw it many eons ago, many summers ago, but I don't remember it at all. But she's in it, and I like her. She's easy to watch. It's a polite way of putting it.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's about all I have to say about this film. They did well. I enjoyed it. I believe it should be an 80s classic. Yeah, I go and check it out, people. It's for free on YouTube. Fucking HD, bitch.
HD. Full on anamorphic. Oh, it's widescreen. I love widescreen. I haven't seen a widescreen in a long time. They don't make it anymore. Looks amazing. There are some great shots in this film. Some great cinematography. Really nice shots and blocking.
Watching this and comparing it to a lot of modern films, this makes me feel warm and fuzzy the way it's shot. Here's an establishing shot. Here's I don't know, action, and then close up reaction, and then it just works. It's very
I like the little kids shooting the old lady with the dart gun in the beginning. Right away you feel like this is a well-made film, and there's a lot of modern stuff you watch and you just sit there and this looks like crap.
Poorly edited or whatever, but this sets a scene before it introduces the character, and it gives them some motivation, and it's sort of all the things you're supposed to do in a film. Not like, oh fuck, where did that guy come? What the fuck? It's just straightforward storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's straightforward. Simple.
Yeah.
But that's a classic. So if we were to do a double feature, Brad,
Oh, fuck.
this film, and you're going to recommend another film that would complement it lovely, what would you?
Yes, yes. Well, you're going to have to go first because I'm such a professional. I completely forgotten about this part of the show that we do every fucking episode. So you go and I'll ponder it for a minute.
Another 80s classic. I'm going with My Science Project.
Oh, fuck yeah. I think we've done that. We've double featured with that before, haven't we?
Yeah, I pick it a lot.
What's the double feature with this? It's fucking last. Yeah. I had one. It's gone. I don't want silence. Does it have to be 80s Starfighter? Oh, fucking! I'm going Flight of the Navigator, bitch. Another great 80s alien sci-fi classic.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Well, suck a dick.
I will. Thank you.
Pride Month.
Pride Month. So over on IMDb, the cold-hearted bastards there gave this a 6.7 out of 10. Bunch of pricks. Someone gave it a 10. Fantastic sci-fi movie that captures the spirit of 80s cinema. Someone gave it a 9. Very cool oldie. Better than I expected. Someone said 5. Yes, this was entertaining. 5. And someone gave it a 3. Alex Rogan's simuloid beta unit comes to Earth. What does that mean? Just saying things that happened in the film. Gave it a 3.
Saying things that happened in the film. I'm going to interject for a second. I know you're doing your IMDb thing that you do every episode. And it's very cool. I don't want to minimize that. But I'm just jumping back to my double feature because another film just popped into my head that I feel is very, very, very similar to this, but I can't quite remember the title. So you're going to help me. It stars the amazing Dennis Quaid and another big black cock alien. Do you remember that?
Enemy Mine.
Yes! I thought it was Alien Mind, but Enemy Mind is... damn right, that's my double feature. Do you remember that film? Of course you do. You just told me the title.
Yeah, I liked it when I was a kid.
Brilliant.
That was a good one.
They're trapped. Yeah. They're enemies and they crash land and they have to live together on this planet, eh?
Yeah, he has to get to know the big black cock, and he eventually accepts the big black cock, and they become friends.
But the big black cock is pregnant or gets pregnant.
Yeah, the big black cock gets pregnant, and he has to raise the little black cock baby of the big black cock.
So, yeah, the big black cock gives birth to a little black cock, but then dies somewhere along the line.
Yeah, it's a story that's been told 1,000 times, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But I have to say, when I was going through IMDb, I don't understand the 6.7 because I was going through it and it was 10s and 9s and 10s and 9s and scrolling, trying to find the bad reviews. Somehow it ends up with 6.7. Tragedy.
Its overall score?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, like it's a film I wouldn't watch on the regular. It's worth an occasional, I won't watch it again, maybe ever. You know, like it's not one I'd watch every year or anything. So, yeah, it might be pushing to get up above 7, you know, like I'm going to skip straight to it and rate it. I think I'm going to give it a... Yeah, it's taking off the nostalgia goggles, I'll give it a 7.5. Just to push it up there a little bit more. 7.5 interrupted arcade game sessions out of 10.
I'm going to have to give this the full 10-inch black cock. I'm going for it.
Wow.
Yeah. You won't be able to keep it on the shelves. It'll just be selling instantly over and over again.
Wow, that's great. So can you say it? Can you actually say you're giving it a 10 out of 10?
I'm getting it 10 out of 10. If I had a little black cock of my own,
As opposed to the
I'd sit
tiny
the
black
little,
cock you've
yeah,
got.
I'm talking about children. If I had a little black cock, I would sit them on the couch and watch them, make them watch this and go, you'll love it. You'll love it, little
You wouldn't
black
need to
cocks.
make them
You'll love
watch
it.
it. This stuff is, yeah, it's made to be watched. It's you start watching it and straight away you're hooked. Like it doesn't fuck around. It says, here's the setup, here's the payoff, here's the action, here's the end. It
I
doesn't
have to
really.
say, it doesn't really get into action till over the halfway point. Like it
Yeah, but
takes a while to get there.
it's all movement towards it. Like it's not really
Yeah.
slow. I guess the only slow part really is the whole beta subplot, but you needed that to sort of extend the film. Otherwise, it would have been a
Yeah.
TV episode.
No, it doesn't. Like I say, it takes a while to get to the action, but it's not slow at all. It doesn't drag for me. I really enjoyed the whole thing.
Well,
No,
what? Excellent.
I recommend it. Sit your little black cocks around the sofa and have a lovely night and watch the last Starfighter.
Hmm.
Oh, another perfect episode, Brad. I don't know how we keep doing it, but we do it.
Well, it's the years of training at Juilliard that we both had.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dying.
that's
Yeah.
all right. You can beat it.
I also got AIDS at Juilliard, which is another story. Very funny. At another time for that. All right.
Okay.
Let's knock it on the head, shall we?
Zoltar be with you.
Yeah. Yeah, watch out for Zero. He's coming in 3 weeks. Get those chicks pregnant.